Hey folks, this is Nandu here from DigitalXC. This is part of a video log series I'm doing on digital service model, a next-gen delivery model for enterprises. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about what does it take for enterprises to shift to a digital service model. In case you've not gone through the earlier episodes, I would urge you to go check that out so that you have more context to this. Okay, let's move on. Digital service model is a maturity leap and a significant shift in the way enterprise service delivery runs. There are a lot of different areas where enterprise needs to transform the way they are delivering services. So I've tried to bring some structure in and group all these transformations under four major heads. The first paradigm shift enterprises needs to go through is a delivery model shift. The current delivery model in an enterprise is built for a people-centric world. We put a lot of process around the way delivery runs, and we build overheads. As you head into a digital world, your services will be zero touch. So you are heading into a world where you design the service right, you engineer them, you build them, you test them, and you deploy them, you gather feedback, you iterate, revise, and keep continuously upgrading your services. So this is typically a product rhythm. So that's the first shift enterprises needs to go through. They need to shift from a process-centric model to a process-centric model to a product-centric model. The second shift is in the technology side. Lot of technology in an enterprise is currently going through a virtualization and cloudification loop. We saw that with the hardware where most of your compute, storage, network and so on, right, got virtualized and now they are moving into clouds. We are seeing that with software where a lot of your productivity applications or your creative applications are moving into O365 or G Suite or Adobe and these clouds. We are seeing that in application world where your traditional applications like HCM, CRM and ERP and business applications are moving into a cloud where people go and consume this as a subscription. The same pattern will come into the service world where your services will get virtualized, will move into a cloud, and you start subscribing to these services. So the third paradigm shift is in the business model. So if you look at the way services runs today, right from the way a service is being discovered to the way services are being sourced to the way services are being delivered, it's very custom, it's very complex, it's very time consuming, it's very effort intensive, and it's very opaque, and overall it's a very stressful experience. The whole process is very inefficient. If you just switch gears, look at the way a consumer world operates. Anything you need is in a marketplace. You go, click, search whatever you want, find your service, one click you order, you move on. Couldn't an enterprise world be similar? So adding to it, if you look at it, there is a shift in the way users and enterprise operates. They are moving from a asset ownership model to an asset light model. They are moving from a buy and build model to a subscribe model. They are moving from a fixed cost and a capex model to a variable cost and an opex model. So if you marry these two together, right, this calls for a business model shift where your services in an enterprise will start to get sourced out of a marketplace, will go through a subscription model and a variable price. The last is your UX model. So traditionally, most of the applications and services were hosted inside an enterprise. So it was very easy to secure them, and browser was your primary mode of accessing it, and people used to access it. With the advent of digital, there is a huge proliferation in channels. We now have, along with the browser, we now have a mobile, you have a chat, you have a voice, you have social, you have AR, VR, you have wearables, and so on. So in a digital world, your users wants to access services through any channel, and they want the flexibility to start a transaction on one channel and complete it in a completely different channel. So this calls for a rethink of the way you are delivering services. So enterprises need a unified service delivery layer. The unified service delivery layer consists of an omni-channel front end where there are multiple channels through which users can access the service, and a cataloger is backend where any service is productized, published as a catalog. And your actual services sits below this unified service delivery layer. This acts as a central layer which takes care of a dual mandate. On one side, it enables consumer grade experience for your users, self-service, zero-touch delivery, and enables them to get what they want when they want. Other side, it enables enterprises to set all their policies, security, compliance, and centrally manage and govern these services. So to summarize, these are the four major shifts that enterprises needs to go through. So I will be double clicking on each of them and going into details in the next few sessions. So would love to hear back from you on your thoughts on the same. Please do chime in with your feedback and your views. Thank you very much and you have a great day.